Hello friends, welcome to Bright Kids Hub.
My name is Misha.
Today I am reading the book.
Curious George Visits the Library.
This is a very nice story and we will learn a great lesson from it. Don't forget to subscribe Bright Kids Hub and like and share this video with your family and friends.
Curious George visits the library. George is lucky to arrive at the library just in time for story hour. But it's not easy for a little monkey to sit still too long. From selecting books to getting his very own library card, George's day at the library makes reading fun. Curious George visits the library. Illustrated in the style of Hairplay by Martha Weston. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, George and his friend the man with the yellow hat were at the library. I know because the story hour today, 11 o'clock a.m. George had never been to the library before. He had never seen so many books before either. Everywhere he looked, people were reading. Some people read quietly to themselves. But in the children's room, the librarian was reading out loud. It was story hour. I knew it. George loved the stories. He sat down with a group of children to listen. The library was reading a book about the bunny. George liked bunnies. Behind the library is a book about a dinosaur. George liked dinosaurs even more. He hoped she'd read it next. But the librarian read a book about a train. George tried to sit quietly and wait for the dinosaur book to be read. But sometimes it is hard for a little monkey to be patient. And when the library started a story about jungle animals, George could not wait any longer. He had to see the dinosaur book. He took it closer. "Look, a monkey!" shouted a girl. The librarian put her finger to her lips. "Shh! We must be quiet so everyone can hear," she said nicely. "But there's a monkey," said the boy. The librarian nodded and smiled. She agreed. When she finished reading the jungle story, the librarian reached for the dinosaur book. Where did it go? And where was George? George is already take the dinosaur book home and with his friend, and another book caught his eye. This book is about trucks. George wanted to take it home too. And here's a book about elephants. George loved elephants. He added it to his pile. George found so many good books, he soon had more than he could carry. He leaned against a shelf to rest. "Squeak!" went the shelf. "Shh!" said a man. "Squeak!" went the shelf again. And it moved. Why, it wasn't really a shelf after all. George had found a special cart for carrying books. What luck! Now George could carry all the books he wanted. He rolled the cart between the shelves and stacked up books about boats and carts and about baking cakes. He climbed higher to reach books about cranes and planes. At last, George had all the books he could handle. He couldn't wait to head home and start reading. And right in front of him was a ramp leading to a door. George was curious. Could he roll the cart all the way home? Down the ramp George went. The cart rolled faster and faster. "Stop!" a library volunteer shouted. "Come back here with my cart." But George was too excited to listen. The cart is picking up speed, and George is having fun. Uh-oh. until crash! George and the cart ran smack into a shelf of encyclopedias. Books flew in the air. And so did George. He landed in a big pile right between O and P. "Oh no," moaned the volunteer when he saw the mess George had made. "How am I going to put away all of these books?" "I'd like to borrow this one," said the boy from Story Hour. "And I'll take this one," said the girl. With help from George and the children, the books were sorted in no time. Soon there were just a small pile of George's favorites left. "Would you like to take those books home with you?" the volunteer asked George. Then he took George to a special desk and helped him get his very own library card. George was holding his brand new card when his friend arrived with a stack of books of his own. "There you are, George," he said. "I see you're all ready to check out." George and his friend gave the books to the librarian. She smiled when she saw George's pile. "I was wondering where this dinosaur book went," she said. "It's one of my favorites too." The librarian stamped the books and handed them back to George. With his books under one arm, George waved goodbye to the volunteer, the librarian, and the children from Story Hour. "Come see us again, George," the librarian said, waving back. "Enjoy your books." And he did. The end.
Don't forget to subscribe Bright Kids Hub and like and share this video with your family and friends. And like and follow our Facebook page. You can buy this and so many other books, kids, toys, and much more stuff from the links given in the video description and from our Facebook shop too. Thank you and goodbye. Keep watching Bright Kids Hub. See you then!